I came to London to run the marathon, and while the race didn't go as planned, I still got to come back to a city that I loved. So I booked one of the newest luxury Hyatt properties, the Park Hyatt London. I've heard so much about this hotel, and since it wasn't much more to stay here than it was at the Hyatt Regency, I figured why not upgrade the experience? But after staying here, I have so many thoughts. In this video, I'm going to break down everything good, not so good, and whether I'd stay here again. And you can decide if this hotel is right for you and the use of your points. After landing from our direct flight from Miami to London, we made our way to the city by train. We got off at 9 Elm Station, and from there, it was about a 7 to 10 minute walk to the Park Hyatt London River Thames. Definitely check out Google Maps when you arrive at the airport for the best route. But overall, this was a pretty easy journey. What stood out right away was how quiet the neighborhood felt. If you stayed at Hyatt properties before, you'll know they're usually not right in the middle of the chaos. And this one was no different. The good thing about this Park Hyatt was that there were supermarkets and shops really close by. The hotel is set along the river and surrounded by a peaceful park. It actually felt like a little escape from the city, and I couldn't help but notice that this park was perfect for a quick jog. Walking up to the hotel, I noticed that there wasn't a doorman outside. There was one on the inside, however, and the doors were already open. Not that that is a big deal to me, but at the Park Hyatt level, it's something I would typically expect, to be greeted at the door and the door opened for you upon arrival. Now stepping into the lobby, this is where the hotel really starts to make an impression. It has this expensive minimalist feel, very open, not overly furnished, but still elevated. Right behind the entrance is the bar. That gives you that classic Old English vibe with a modern twist. We stopped here for drinks one night, and I have to say, the creme brulee is definitely worth it. Check-in itself was smooth, the staff was welcoming, and while I did run into small issues later, this staff handled it very well. And that is what I always look for. It's not perfection, it's all about how the hotel shows up when something doesn't go as planned. As soon as you walk in, there's a full-length mirror here. I absolutely love when they put a full-length mirror, and there's an umbrella and some place to put your handbag and your keys just so they won't get lost in the room. All right, let's take a look at the room and then we'll come back to the bathroom. So they do have a closet here, and it's got enough space for you to put your suitcase. As you can see, I stuffed all the things over there. You can put your shoes there. And I believe these drawers open, so you do have a little bit of storage here. Directly across from this is another closet. And in here, when you open it up, the lights come on. Tons of space to hang your things. And you can see there's an iron board and an iron. You can put all of your shopping bags and everything that you bought while you were in London up there. And in this box, I'm not sure why it's here, but there is a hair dryer. I believe that should be in the bathroom, but it's right there. You have your safe and a few more drawers here to take your clothes out. These drawers came in handy because we were staying 4 days and we needed somewhere to spread our stuff out. Now in this cabinet here, you have your glasses for wine, coffee, tea, and the coffee maker. They did provide coffee here, but one thing that was missing was there was no creamer. So we did have to call downstairs and ask for that. They do provide water for us on a daily basis because of globalist status. And I'm not sure how much the water would be if you didn't have status. In here, we did take full advantage of the refrigerator and we stuffed some things in there. These are all paid beverages. This side, you have your tea and coffee cups. And right below, you have your assortment of alcohol and different types of snacks. Now, let's take a look at the room itself. This is your standard 2 twin room. Nothing really special about it. I really can't tell the difference between staying here at the Park Hyatt versus at a Regency. I would say mostly there are different finishes that are here that are a little bit more high end. One thing that's unmistakable about this property is the views from the room. If you're gonna stay here, I would request a room with a river view. And maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a room with a view of the London Eye. The bathroom was beautifully appointed, leaning into the classic Old English feel with a modern twist. And the real standout was the deep soaking tub. This came in handy, especially after the marathon, and this is exactly what I needed. Now, one thing that I was a little surprised by at this hotel is that they did not have the signature Le Labo amenities that the Park Hyatt is known for. This is not a deal breaker, but definitely something I was looking forward to. When it comes to amenities, the Park Hyatt London checks a lot of boxes. There's an indoor pool, a full spa, and a sauna, and you would access these through separate men and women changing areas. I will say I love that they had a sauna, but it would have been nice to see a steam room and a hot tub, especially if you're visiting during the colder months. The gym is definitely a standout. It's super spacious and has brand new equipment. I always like to see hotel gyms with stairmasters, rowers, and recovery areas. One thing that caught my attention was this high-tech body composition scale. It's similar to those that you might find at a fancy gym like Equinox. It would give you detailed metrics like body fat, water weight, and muscle mass. This was definitely a nice touch. If you like quick reviews like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below and let me know if you want to see more of these quick reviews. On the morning of the marathon, we had to leave really early, before the restaurant even opened. So we ordered room service, and thanks to my globalist status, breakfast was fully comped. We just had to pay a small delivery fee of £5. This was a huge win on race morning. Coming back from the marathon, the hotel had a table set up congratulating runners, and it had water, electrolytes, fruits, and snacks ready just for us. It was such a thoughtful touch and definitely appreciated after 26 miles. Now let's talk about breakfast, because this is honestly the biggest disappointment for me. One of my favorite perks of Hyatt Globalist is breakfast, especially at the Park Hyatt, where you would expect something more elevated and memorable. But here, it did not stand out. The restaurant itself was relatively small for the size of the hotel, the buffet was limited, and even the options on the a la carte menu were just okay. We ordered French toast, and I wasn't impressed. This looked like something you could have gotten from IHOP and not from a luxury hotel. Now, I will say the service was excellent, and that was definitely the highlight. But overall, the breakfast experience did not match what I expect from the Park Hyatt. So when I compare this stay to something like the Hyatt Regency Blackfriars, knowing what I know now, I would probably choose the Regency. It's fewer points, and you often get access to the Regency Club with a full happy hour, sometimes with enough food and drinks to make a complete meal. I'm glad I experienced this stay. The thought of what the Park Hyatt London was like would have always been in the back of my mind. But if I had to choose again, I would save the points and stay at the Regency. I'm curious, what would you do? Would you go for the luxury or maximize value? Let me know in the comments. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.